Remember, everything is hard in the beginning stages because that's the planning and the working out. But in the end, you're going to have a successful routine that works for you. You are no longer going to have to look for somebody else's cleaning routine and try to make it work for your home, which it's not going to, because we have different homes and different needs. This is going to be your own personalized plan for your home, and it's free. You're going to do it right now. Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. All right, today is Homemaking with Amy series. I am Amy. It is nice to meet you if I haven't met you before. What I'm doing is this whole entire year, we're going through our homes and we are cleaning out and weeding out and deep cleaning to take control back of our homes. Because that is the number one complaint I get from people, is that I can't keep my home clean. I can't keep my laundry up. I can't keep doing all these things. There's always a mess. There's always clutter. And so I thought, let's take them back to the basics. Let's teach them to weed out their kitchens, weed out their living rooms, their bedrooms, and get to a part where it's manageable. But the best thing we can do, because we can clean out and we can weed out, but guess what? Stuff's gonna keep coming back in. Stuff's still gonna get dirty. People live in the home. It's gonna get messy. The best thing that I've ever done was set up a cleaning system in my home. And when I say cleaning system, it sounds like a huge, big, giant task. And you're like, ugh, why? It just seems so much better to clean all at once, right, for hours on end. That's why those cleaning videos here on YouTube are popular. People love seeing big messes and clean it all up, and oh, they got their home so clean. But guess what? Those people crash for a few days and they don't do anything for a few days. And then you see another one like a week later, a big deep clean with me, after dark clean with me. Not knocking those are good. But they're doing it again, and then they're doing it again, and then they're doing it again. And you know why? Because I did that. I did that in my early homemaking days. Then one day I was like, I need just to set up a routine. I need to set up some routines that I'm not like binge cleaning is the word, and cleaning like crazy and then getting exhausted and then letting things fall apart and then going, oh, I need to do another binge cleaning. No, I'm gonna keep up on my home daily and monthly so that I don't have to do all this big giant cleaning, and I can have more time for me and more time with my children. And with a little organization and planning, you can create a successful plan that works for your home. I know a lot of people ask me for my cleaning routine, and I'm like, but my cleaning routine is different than your cleaning routine. I have different needs than you do. That is why I'm doing this video, because I want to set you up with the ability like I did. I did this over 15 years. I've been doing the same system, tweaking it a little bit for 15 years, and it works. My home stays clean. I don't have, you watch my videos, it mostly stays up. I don't have like massive purges that I have to do. I mean, except the kids' room, because kids, you know, they don't keep their routines like I do. But for the majority, it's because we keep up on it. And that's what I'm gonna teach you today. It's simple, it's easy, but you know what it takes is time. And you know what you have a lot of right now? Time. I know you do, because you're sitting at home watching videos, because we can't go anywhere, we can't do anything. So I'm like, this would be the perfect opportunity to do it. If you read about successful people, right? Successful people, even financially successful people, when times are down, they have that extra money, so they're able to buy things cheap and then be bigger when things come back, right? Same thing with in your homes. When times are down, you've got time on your hands to do it. You can't go anywhere, you can't do anything. So right now, let's take this opportunity and do something so that when times get better, you're already ahead of the game because you've got your home in order. So that's what we're gonna do today. This is gonna take steps, and it's gonna take time, but you're gonna do it because we have a lot of time. So I want you to go get yourself a notebook and a writing utensil. That's all you need. If you wanna go print off, I have printables, they're free, you don't have to pay for them. I'll put a link below here, and you can go to my blog and you can download them for free and print them off. It's basically a piece of paper with typing on it, which you can do right here in a notebook. It works too. I did mine on a notebook 15 years ago. You can do the same thing, but if you want the fancy paper, go ahead and do the fancy paper. Some people like the visual and seeing it, and that's fine too. Whatever works for you, you do what's gonna motivate you to get this done. This is where it's just gonna take time. Remember that. You're gonna be pausing this video, and you're probably gonna come back to it maybe tomorrow, maybe today, depending on how quick you get things done. So this is gonna be the first step. Ready? Step one. The first step to getting our home system set up is we gotta make some list of every chore in your home that needs to be done. And the reason we're gonna do that is because we don't want anything to get overlooked. We don't wanna go at the end of the day, go, oh, I forgot to clean out my windows, or oh, I forgot to do the cobwebs on this ceiling, and then feel like you gotta clean everything. We're gonna make a list of everything that needs to be done in your home. Oh yeah, it's gonna take pages for you to do. So what you can do, if you have a notebook, you're gonna write one room down. Living room. Okay, so in your living room, you can go on. This is what I did. I remember doing this. I remember being a young mom and sitting in my living room, kids running around, and I would think about all of the chores that need to be done in that living room. Like, for example, I would sit in here and I'd go, the fan blades need to be wiped off. I'd write that down. And then after it, over here, in this little margin, I want you to write down if that needs to be done daily, put a D. If it needs to be done weekly, put a W. If it needs to be done monthly, put an M. If it needs to be done yearly, put an A for annually. Okay, so you're gonna write that down. It's gonna be different. Yours is different than mine. Back in the day, I had wipe walls. I had to do that monthly in my home because I had little kids and they touched the walls. So mine would have had an M. But now I have to do it A annually because I don't have to wipe my walls that much. So sit down and think of everything. I mean everything. In my living room, I have a fireplace. I have to clean that fireplace out once a year. So write that down. Vacuuming out your couches, looking underneath your couches, going through bookshelves. Think of every little thing. After you're done with the living room, like go through it. It's gonna take you time. You're probably in there for 10, 15 minutes looking around, dusting, window cleaning, washing the curtains, every single thing that you do. Cobwebs on the ceiling, everything. Then you're gonna go into another room with your notebook. Let's say it's your kitchen. Kitchen's gonna have a lot more. So you're gonna look in your kitchen, you're gonna go, all right, I have to clean my food pantry out. I have to wipe my food pantry out. I have to wipe the cupboards out, the outside of my cabinets. I need to clean and organize the inside of my cabinets and wipe them. I need to wipe my appliances. I need to clean my oven. I need to clean out my refrigerator. All right, and then in your kitchen, you're gonna go cleaning out my drawers, organizing the silverware, organizing the pots and pans, any little thing, cleaning the baseboards in your kitchen, windows, all the things you need to do. Go to your dining room, go to your bedrooms, think every task that needs to be done. When cleaning the windows out, cleaning out the window sills, cleaning out the heater vents, whatever you have to do in each room. It's gonna take you time. Your notebook will be full. You're gonna have probably a list here and probably a list on the back, maybe 3 pages, depending on how much you have to do. Everything. Do not forget one thing. You know, it's a good way to start is like a clock pattern. Start in one area, like look at one where it would be 12 o'clock and then go, okay, everything needs to be done right here. And then move over to the next one. Everything that needs to be done there. Move to the next one. All the way around your room. That's what you're gonna do today. It's gonna take you some time. This is gonna take time, but guess what? You have a lot of time right now. So you're gonna take the time, make your list out of everything that needs to be done. Don't forget things, right? Go to your decks, organize your decks, wipe off the tables, clean out whatever, hose off, power wash the house, whatever you have to do, whatever the chores are that you have to do in your home. Trash can, clean out the trash can on the inside. Wiping the legs down on the table, the legs down on your bar stools. I'm trying to think of everything in my head. Washing your bedding, flipping your mattress, all the things that you have to do to make your home clean. Write everything out. Then you're gonna pause this video and that's what you're gonna go do. And then guess what? You might come back to this tomorrow and see step 2. All right? Okay, go ahead and go do that right now. All right, hopefully you've got your big giant list. I know it looks like a lot and sometimes you're like, oh my goodness, there's so much to do. And this is where people will give up. Step 1 looks scary, looks like way too much to do, but guess what? We're gonna move on to step 2. And then by the time we're at the end, it's gonna be a whole lot more manageable, okay? So we're going to step 2 and you're here, so that's a good thing. Now, as you're working through these planning systems and working it out for your home, you may like think of something and then write it down, like some things. Like I know when I was doing mine, there was a few things I forgot, like, oh yeah, I gotta wipe the chairs off and the legs of the chair. So I would add that to my list, at your main list. And you can do that, that's good. Just keep going onward. Remember how you put the little A's and for annually, M for monthly, D for daily, W for weeklies? All right, so today what you're gonna do is I want you to gather up all your daily chores. Now this is where you're gonna have to write this again. I know, more writing, Amy. So get yourself a new piece of paper that's empty, okay? And I want you to write down all of your daily chores that you wrote from your main list. So you're gonna look through your list, all the ones, I don't have anything written down because I didn't write anything out because I already have a system, but over here, all the ones that you put a D down by, you're gonna take those, maybe cross it off and put it on your new list. Every single one that was a D, and you're gonna put it on your new list, okay? Here were some examples of things that we have to do on a daily basis in our home. We have to pick up the master bedroom and make the bed. We have to pick up the boys' room and make the bed. We have to pick up the girls' room and make the bed. We have to do a quick wipe of the bathrooms. A quick wipe and deep clean of the bathrooms are 2 different tasks. Sweep of the kitchen and dining room floor. Washing 1 load of laundry, because I have to do a load of laundry every day. Feeding the cats and dogs, we had to feed the chicken. Empty the big trash can and take it outside. Washing the dishes and putting away breakfast, because that was something we had to do every day. Then we had to wash dishes and put away for lunch, and wash dishes and put away after dinner. We had to wipe the counters after each meal. Those were some things that we had to do every day. So I'm going to give you some ideas to add to your main list. Go ahead and go add those to that as well. But your needs are going to be different than mine because your family size is different. Your home structure is different. You just want to give yourself something in writing of everything that you need to do on a daily basis. Like, you don't have to do cobwebs every single day. You're going to get to those. It's just the things that you need to do every single day. That list is necessities for our home to run smoothly every single day. If we didn't do breakfast dishes every day, we would have a lot of dishes. So we have to. You might just get to do your dishes once a day. Awesome. Write down what works for your family. Now when you're writing down your daily chores, remember this column where you put your daily, monthly, weekly things? Now what I want you to do, this is the fun part. This is the part where you get to be the manager of the home. You are going to put the initials of the names of the person that is going to do those chores. If you've got a lot of kids, you probably have more mess, so more work to do, so you're going to be able to fill that up. But if it's just you, then that's going to be just you. You can skip this step. But if you can ration out your chores to your children, then awesome. Remember to give chores to your children that are age appropriate. Now, there's like list of what age to give, you know, chores for each kid. I have found that you gotta try it. You gotta try and see how it works. And then you also have to endure some with your kids. Like, I know to get my kids, like if I gave Steven, which is he's my youngest, the chore of cleaning the bathroom every day, that would not work because he is not able to clean like I would, and that would just be frustrating. But mind you, I have a teenage daughter like Jaden, and I can say, you do a quick wipe of the bathroom. Now, her first few times might not be very good, and you might have to do a little bit of training. This takes a little bit of work, it does, but it does come out. And you might have to endure a little bit of not super clean stuff, but you know, let them get some time to get in there and work and get a feel and get the job done correctly. Always go back in and say, okay, this you need to fix, this you need to fix, and then they can work through how to properly do that. Kids need to learn by doing, just like I need to learn by doing and you need to learn by doing. I didn't become a good cook right in the beginning. I had to make a few yucky meals to learn how to cook better. If you want your children to learn how to do dishes, start with the meal that has the less dishes. In our home, it was the lunch dishes. We didn't use too many breakfasts. It was usually leftovers from whoever got up and ate food at night. And then we'd have a lot in the morning, but lunch dishes were something easy for them to do. So I would let them learn to wash the dishes. Even though we have a dishwasher, sometimes it's good to let them do those dishes, washing them and putting them in the rack, and then somebody drying and putting them away. That might be two different tasks in your home. You might have someone wash and someone put away. So remember, that just depends. Write that down, however it works for your family. All right, again, this is gonna be a little bit of a work, but I promise you in the end it works. So here are some tips. As you write them down, your daily chores off your page of your all the chores, scratch it off so you don't miss anything right when you're all done. Now you might want to delegate a different child for a different meal. In my home I have a lot of kids, so I can do that. Jaden might wash the breakfast dishes while Brooklyn puts them away. Lunch dishes, Autumn might wash and Madeline might put away. And we might keep that every single day. We might change that. It just depends on how we can do that in our family. But in our home, this is what we used to do. I like to wash dishes, so I did all the dishwashing, and then on Monday and Thursday, Jaden put them away, while on Tuesday and Friday, Brooklyn put them away, and then Evan put them away on Wednesday and Saturday. That's how it worked in our home back in the day. And for the ones that don't have to do any kind of putting away of dishes, I have them help clean up the table. Everybody can do that. Try to teach your kids to scrape their own food into the trash and bring their dishes to the sink, and then to grab something off the table to put on the kitchen counter. That worked for our family because it was easy for me to go, okay, today's Tuesday, that child's gonna be here putting dishes away, instead of going, who's washing, who's drying. It's just whatever works for your family. And remember to include your children in your work. They don't have to do everything. Children don't have to be your slaves, but children do need to be included in the home structure. They live there. They can help take care of some of the needs of the home. I know I do most of the work in the house because I want my kids to be kids, but I don't do everything. I include my kids and I give them a list of chores so they know what they have to do. Giving them tasks helps them to stay busy. It builds character, teaches them responsibility, and it also helps you out in the home. And it also gives them a good work ethic, because when they grow up and move out of the home, guess what? They're gonna have to work. Yes, we have to work. Everybody has to work. So if you teach them while they're younger, I'm not talking tons, but just a little bit of responsibility is very important. In the business world, a good manager knows the fine task of delegating to make the operation run smoothly. The same thing works in the home. Just know that if you have little ones, the workload is going to be mostly you, because they're little and they're not going to be able to sweep your floor properly or do that. They're probably going to make it 10 times worse. But they do grow up and they do help contribute to the home. And then also remember, when you have little ones, your home doesn't get as dirty as it would as when they're bigger. All right, so you're gonna go make your list right now and then come back to this video. All right, now after looking over your list, do you feel confident that that's everything you need to do in a day? And maybe if not, maybe there's something like maybe you wrote down clean your windows, but maybe you realize I don't have to do that every single day. So go put that back on your master list. Maybe you have vacuuming on your list, but you realize you don't have to do that every single day. But maybe you're thinking once a week's not gonna work. Maybe you're gonna put that as twice a week. So then put that back for your weekly list. We're gonna separate those two the next time. All right, so guess what? The best thing about today's little part of this is that you've got a daily cleaning list. Yeah, that's the exciting part. You've got something that you can do every single day. Now you're gonna put this into practice, but remember, this is gonna be a little bit of tweaking because you're gonna do it and you're gonna realize, oh, I forgot that I have to do this day. Maybe you forgot to add get the mail on your list. You're gonna have to add that on there. Remember, add it on your list and delegate who it goes to. Get as detailed as you like. For those of you that struggle with getting it all done, I would recommend being very detailed on your list and then delegate someone to do it. When I first did this, my daily list was long. I had a huge printout of everything I needed to do and it seemed long, but now after doing this for 20 years my list is super small. If you go download my schedule routine, it's super small. It looks like, wow, she doesn't do a whole lot, but I do. It's just that I don't have to write every single task down because it's become a habit and a routine in my life that I just know how to do it, and that's what's gonna do for you. So over the next few days, you're gonna reference this list a lot because you're gonna have to go back and go, okay, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? And then you might have to add to it. You're gonna maybe scribble a few things off and put it back on your master list, whatever's gonna work for your home, but you're gonna reference this list a lot. Make it just be a scrap piece of paper on your refrigerator that has who does what chores. If you would like to be creative, you can write out mom's list at the top, and then you can write out your child's name and their daily chores they're gonna do. And you can put the next child's name and the daily chores that they're gonna do if you wanna be a little bit more organized. And you might have to go back and change a few things. You might see that, oh, I might look at Jaden's and go, oh, Jaden has a lot, her list is big and Brooklyn's is small. But Jaden gets done with her list real quick because her jobs are shorter. So then I might have to move some to Brooklyn's. We had to do that a lot in the beginning where I'd go, oh, that took way more time than I thought. So I realized that Jaden had a whole lot more workload than Brooklyn. So I'd have to tweak and move a few things. And don't get overwhelmed with all the other tasks that need to be done, like cleaning your oven and all that. You're just focusing on daily right now. That's okay, things can fall apart for a little bit, but you're gonna focus on your daily chores. We're beginning with a small step. Don't worry about doing the rest of those chores. Those will get done. We're gonna start doing those over the next few weeks, but just right now, you're focusing on the daily chores. It is okay if you just get to your daily chores right now. The dust can sit on the tables, the mirrors can be streaked, the kids can sleep in their unwashed bed for more than a week. It'll be okay. We're gonna get to that the next week after you start implementing this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna focus on this. You're gonna have to come back to this video quite often, so make sure you bookmark and save it. But right now you're just working on your daily task. You're gonna keep working at that every single day and going, okay, this does work. And if you see that there's something else that needs to be done, add it to your daily task. All right, then you're gonna come back and do step 3. All right, so now you're here. Hopefully your daily chores have been implemented and you're working on those, and those are doing great. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to that master list that we had. Remember the master one where you went through everything, your living room and all that? I know your notebook paper is probably all scribbly. I don't have anything on mine because I already have mine done. You're gonna look over here and all the ones that say W for weekly, that's what we're gonna work on today. All right, so you can go down, like I said, I've got the printables. You can print this out or you can write it on notebook paper. This is what ours look like. All right, so now you got your weekly chores for the kitchen. So now what you're gonna do, write them down. This might be emptying the trash can. So what you need to do over here in this little column is you're gonna write down the frequency that you would like to empty that trash can. It might be, if it's one time, that means it's every day. That goes on your daily list. So get this off the daily one. If it's twice a week that you do that, write a number 2 over here. Write down how many times a week you need to do that. If it only needs to be done once, then put a 1. This is where you're gonna be going through your home. If it's your bathroom trashes, maybe you want those emptied twice a week, so put a 2 down in that column. Maybe it's 3 times a week, then put a 3. If it's just 1 time a week, you're gonna put a 1. All right, remember, this is working through this, but this is going to make a difference in your life hugely if you follow through with it. Let me give you some examples of some weekly chores that we did in our home. For our kitchen, I had wash floors. I only had to do that once a week. Wipe out the microwave once a week. Clean out the refrigerator once a week. Wipe all cabinet faces once a week. Organize your pantry once a week and clean and polish the stove once a week. For our bathroom, scrub the tub once a week. Wipe sink and vanity once a week. Clean and wipe drawers once a week. Clean the toilet once a week. Empty the trash twice a week. Wash the floor once a week. Spot wipe walls for fingerprints once a week. Check for toiletries once a week. In the living room, we had dust all wood items. Vacuum 2 times per week. Wipe the windows. Straighten the bookshelf and water the plants. In the boys' bedroom, I had organized toys and put back into proper place. Put away laundry. Dust furniture, wipe off tablets, vacuum the floor 2 times per week. The outside work was straighten the decks, sweep the porches, pick up the trash cans from the road, clean the van, wash the van, and clean the chicken coop. Remember to keep working at your daily chore. Each and every day, you are beginning to form habits of doing something on a regular basis. You will start implementing this weekly list as you finish with it. Don't hurry through it, just work diligently on it. You want a better system for your life. You want a cleaner home that doesn't overwhelm you with stuff. Putting this into effect will help you. All right, so that's your task for the day. Step 3, keep working on that. Come back to this video when you're done. All right, this is step 4 of the cleaning system. Now you have everything that needs to be done each week, but not necessarily every day. Okay, so now you're going to decide which days work best for cleaning on those weekly tasks. So these were examples that worked for our home. On Mondays, we would focus on our floors and the playroom. This means that we would sweep and steam mop every wood floor in our home, and we would vacuum every square inch of carpet. Because after the weekend, things tend to get dirty. We start the week out fresh by doing this. We also did a thorough cleaning of the playroom. Things get organized and properly put away, and the floor should be picked up because that's part of our daily pickup. And if I see an item that belongs to someone, I remind them to please pick that up. That was what we focused on Monday. On Tuesday, we focused on the bathrooms. This day, I deep clean all and do all of the bathroom tasks that needs to be done. Each day I do a quick wipe, but today on Tuesday, I get the tub scrubbed, the mirrors polished, the toilet disinfected, and the trash can emptied. Wednesday was our kitchen day. We normally do extra baking this day, so I chose to do a deep clean as well. So as we go about our baking, I do a scan of my cupboards and make sure that things are organized properly. I look through the drawers and see if the items are put away properly. I straighten my pantry so I know what foods we have to eat. I fill my sink up with some cleaner and I wipe off all the fronts of my cabinet when we're done baking. That removes the food and the fingers and the grime that gets on there. Be sure to wipe the cabinets on the bottom as well. Sometimes that part gets overlooked and they can get really dirty. Wipe your backsplash to remove any kind of splatters or grease. And then usually Wednesday was our baking day, so then I wipe down my stove and the oven really good and the microwave to get all the food up. On this day, when I focused on my kitchen, I also scrubbed out the water bottles really good for the kids. And I also clean and wipe out the refrigerator and throw out any food that was yucky and get a good clean up of the refrigerator. And then the floor gets a good sweep and a good spot wipe. Thursday was our day to focus on dusting and window cleaning and mirror cleaning. So we also straightened our school items. So that means that we straighten the books, we clean out our homeschooling area, we return pencils to their proper place, throw away any paper, put library books in their bags to take to the library. And I have a child that goes around and does all the wood cleaning, and then I have another one that goes around and does all the windows and the mirrors in the home, and TVs, phones, computers, all of that. Fridays we focused on the bedrooms and putting away all of our laundry. So each day I do one load of laundry and I just put it in the baskets, and then at the end of the week everybody puts their clothing away. And if I find that I'm running out of towels, and even though I haven't put them away yet, if a child needs some kind of if a child's been disobedient, needs a little bit of work, I might have them fold extra towels that day and then put them away because I know I needed them. And then each bedroom gets a good cleaning. We'll clean under the bed, straighten the desk, shelves, and drawers. Wipe down anything that maybe we've forgotten and that we forgot to do during the dusting that day. Closets are checked and the rooms are vacuumed. Saturday, we focus on our outside chores. We'll empty and clean the van. We clean and straighten the porches. We clean out the chicken coop when we had chickens. And we wash the pets' bowls and clean up any kind of dog mess in the yard. We catch up on any chores that didn't get completed during the week, because sometimes life does happen, so we might save that for a Saturday. Maybe we had unexpected visitors on our dusting day, so we weren't able to dust, so we knew that on Saturday that would get done. You're gonna have to decide for your home which days you wanna focus on your chores. Plan your focus area depending on your circumstances. If you have to leave early, like say to go to church, like on a Wednesday, don't focus that on your cleaning kitchen day, because that's going to take a lot more time. Choose that on a day that you're going to be home. Back in the day, on Fridays, we always did our errands and our shoppings, and the kids liked to do that. So they knew that they had to get their bedrooms done, and then after they were clean, we were able to go out and go do it and have a fun time. So that was how I chose that day. Wednesdays were my baking days back in the day, so I always had that day as my kitchen day. So we would just cook and make all our food for the week, and then we'd do a big cleanup. But now I do mine mostly on Monday. So Monday would be my kitchen day now, because that's that's why after I clean it and I wipe everything down really good. You're gonna arrange this according to the demands of your family. So you're gonna fill out your charts, you're gonna make your list. And what you can do is you can work on these in the afternoon, make an hour, maybe a couple hours in the afternoon just to work on your weekly chores. Now, if you find that you can't get your weekly chores done in one day, that's okay, because as your week goes on, you're gonna see that maybe you plan Thursday as your dusting and window cleaning, you have a lot of more extra time. So you might take some of those kitchen chores and add them to Thursday so that they balance each other out. It should only take you about an hour or so to get those chores done. So if they're taking you longer, switch them over to the other days. Now, this is a work in progress situation. You're gonna have to start implementing it and then evaluating whether it's gonna work. This is what a successful manager does. Now remember, as you're filling in the weekly chores, right? This is what it looks like. You're gonna have a piece of paper now that says Monday. I know, lots of writing, Amy. You can type this all out, but it is a little bit of writing, but I promise you it's gonna be good in the end. So now you're gonna have your Monday. After you write down your Monday, you're gonna put a little initial in the end of who's going to do that in your home. If it's gonna be you, then these are gonna be for you, Mama. But if you've got some older kids, designate that that is their job. So they know that every Monday in the afternoon is chore time. Before, like if you're homeschooled, do it in the afternoon. If they come home from school, they can do it when they get home. They know that every Monday, okay, I gotta take the trash out. That's my job. Now you've got your daily chart, probably got it on your refrigerator. So now you're gonna have your 6 or 7 days of chores. Only do 6 days, have Sunday off. So now Monday's chart you're gonna put next to your daily chores. So on Monday, you can look at that list and do it. And then take that piece of paper away and put Tuesdays up here. These are just rough copies. You can finalize these and make these all nice and pretty and typed up on the computer. But for now, they're just gonna look a little rough because these are work in progress. So now you're gonna take your piece of paper that has Monday written on it, you're gonna put it on your refrigerator. And you know that those chores are all gonna be done on Monday. And then you're gonna switch to Tuesday. This is gonna take like a couple weeks to do this, so that you can make sure that everything gets done. Now, as you're doing this, remember, you go, oh, we need to do this. Add that to your list. Write that down in there and add it in there. Give it to somebody to do. Remember to cross it off your weekly list so that it doesn't get overlooked. And pay attention to the chores that you place a number to. Like if you need to take the trash out 2 times a week, make sure you put that on 2 days during the week. All right, so now you have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday chart. All right, we're getting there. You're getting so much done. So now that you've got your weekly chore chart done, you're gonna start working on that, and that's gonna be good. All right, keep doing that. Now, the next step 5, we're gonna be working on our monthly chart. Now these are the chores that you only need to do once a month. And now in our home, this is what we do. We wash the girls' bedding, the boys' bedding, and the master bedding. We wash the throw blankets. We organize the freezers to know what I have for meals. We wipe the dining room table legs and benches. We wipe the washer and dryer off. We spot wipe all high traffic areas on the walls, not all of them, just the one where people touch. We wipe the switch plates. We wipe the fan blades. We wipe down bathroom cabinets. We wipe and dust wall decorations, vacuum behind, under, and inside couches and chairs, dust the light fixtures, and clean the oven. So now what you're gonna do, typically you have 4 weeks during the month, right? Most of the time. We're gonna save the 5th one in a minute. So in our home, I divide up the chores according to the number of weeks that I have. I then make a list. You're gonna make another list. Now I'm gonna have a list that says week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. So what you're gonna do is you're going to organize your monthly ones under one of those weeks. So for our week 1, I had washed our bedding, wipe the dining room table, wipe the fan blades, and dust the light fixtures. My week 2, we washed the girls' bedding. I didn't wash everybody's bedding each week because that was a lot of bedding. I switched it out so that different weeks, different bedding gets washed. So week 2, the girls will wash their bedding. Now remember, for this first month, you might overlap a few weeks, that's okay. Then we wiped all the walls, wiped the switch places, and wiped the dust and the decor on the walls. Week 3, we washed the boys' bedding, and then we deodorized the trash cans, vacuumed out the couch inside. Week 4, we washed the throw blankets, wiped down the bathroom, and we cleaned the oven. We broke those chores up so they were different ones for each week. So now I tried to do, like if I did the vacuum out the couch, we did our couches and all of our chairs in 1 week. If I did the wiping of the walls, we just focused on walls and the switch plates each week. Just kind of organize it. This is what mine looks like. Now, when do you get all these chores done? Do I have a set day? Not always. Usually, now my list is printed out now, yours will be too. I look at it on Monday and go, okay, that's what I have to do this week. I have to do, it's week 1 of the month, I gotta wash our bedding, wipe the dining room table, wipe the fan blades, and dust the light fixtures. And then on Monday I might go, okay, I'm gonna wash my bedding today because I can do that. And then I'll be able to mark it off. And then Tuesday might come and I'll go, okay, I'm gonna throw an extra job in there, I'm gonna wipe the dining room table. If I get a few extra minutes here or there, I can tackle that job that day. But sometimes you don't have extra time in your day, so sometimes on Saturday when we don't have a lot of extra jobs, that is when we'll work on our weekly chores. Usually during the week I'm like, okay, if I can get it done, I can mark it off my list. And sometimes these jobs are good for for the children that need a little bit of extra chores due to disobedience, because they're just extra ones. So they're not usually the fun work, and sometimes it helps with attitudes, getting extra job and getting to do some extra work. You can also delegate who does these chores by putting their initials after it. So you're gonna get your notebook piece of paper and you're gonna write week 1, and you're gonna write down who does that chore. So you're gonna have week 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can have another piece of paper. I know, so much paper, Amy, but we can type it all up in the end. 4 times a year, typically, we have an extra week in the month. What do we do with that? Do we keep the free time for that? No, we don't have free time. So we can tackle those tasks that we don't normally have to do every single week. Sometimes people call them spring cleaning because it doesn't need to be done all the time. These are tasks that you can do maybe once a year. They're under your annual list, right? We don't want to save up all our time for spring cleaning and work for days on end. We want to just be able to do it and enjoy those spring times and be outside. So for my week 5, these are some things that I have on my list. These are under my annual list. Vacuum under and behind refrigerator. Wipe all walls from ceiling to floor. Clean out the heating and cooling vents. Defrost the freezer and wipe out. Clean behind the washer and dryer. Carpet clean the floors, clean out the basement, clean out the garage, sort through and donate clothing, sort through toys and donate, sort through household things and donate, clean out videos and bookshelves and donate, clean out dryer vent, clean out fireplace, flip mattresses, clean inside and outside of windows and sills, test fire alarms, smoke detectors. Okay, so I have this little list. If you have 20 items, now what I would do, I divide that up by the 4 times a year. There's 20 items, you got 5 items that you're gonna add for your week 5. Now, if this list is on your main list, remember, mark it off your annual one. So then each time that week rolls around, you can do those. So, oh my goodness, you've got this all organized. Like, that's it for right now. Now you're gonna start implementing them. Every day, you're gonna start doing your daily chores. In the afternoon, you're gonna designate maybe about 1 to 2, you're gonna work on your weekly chores and get those done, right? Then your monthly ones that come around, you're gonna go, okay, I'm gonna focus on this, I'm gonna throw that in this week because I can. So when you're all said and done, now you can take the time and print off the pages all nice and neat if you want. And I'd open up a Word document, super simple. So if you want to get all fancy, you can go to my blog and you can go now print off the nice pages. And you can write them in there, or you can go in a simple WordPad document and you can write down your daily chores that need to be done, your weekly ones right at the top, Monday, and all the chores you're going to do. Tuesday, you can organize them according to kids, however you want. Print those off, you got them nice, and then go get yourself some plastic sleeves. You can stick them in there so they don't get dirty, and then when you put them on your refrigerator, you can use like a little clip and stick it up there. And then I know that I would keep my weekly chores in the sleeves, so then on Monday I'd have it in front, and then when that day was done, I put it behind and did Tuesday. Flip that behind and did Wednesday, and then do Thursday. And then when you get done with this list and you can do it efficiently, then you can make like one solid list for your refrigerator. Like if you look and download my list, it's just one big square, and then I can have what we do each daily, what we do each week, and what we focus on, and then at the bottom I write down our monthlies because I can simplify it, but we can get to that eventually. So wow, can you believe that you've organized your entire cleaning chore list for the whole entire year? You did it. Took you some time, but you are finished. And it may seem like a lot. If you watch this video from start to end, you're like, oh my goodness, that's so much, but don't. Pause the video, go do the little task I gave you to do, and then keep working on them. So let's say that you don't do one of your chores. Let's say that on Tuesday you wrote down dusting and you couldn't get it done. Guess what? Know that Tuesday went by, it'll be okay, but then you know that next Tuesday is gonna come around and you're gonna be able to dust. It helps that ease of, I gotta dust. I gotta get all these things done. If you skip one week because life got a little crazy, know that the next week you're gonna be able to get those afternoon chores done. That's what's good about this. Keep up on your dailies because the dailies are important. But the afternoons, if you can't get to dusting your tables or you can't get to wiping your windows, that's okay because the next week you can get to them. That's why it's flexible. It works for different situations when things come up. Now this takes time, you know this takes time. It takes time to sit down and watch this video. It takes time to sit down and write everything out, but I promise you in the end, it works amazing. As with everything in life, the things that you invest time into, it helps improve so much in your life. All right, I'm excited for you. So get your list out and start writing. You're gonna get this done, and you're gonna have a cleaning system set up just like I do. And you're not gonna have to copy my list. You're gonna have your own list to do for your home. All right, if you got any questions or comments, leave them below here, and then we'll just work through this together and get yourself a cleaning system. I'll put the link below here for the forms that you can print off if you don't have a WordPad document. You can just write them in nice and neat when you're final done. Write them on some scrap paper for now until you get it implemented and what works best for your home. So, all right, remember, we're gonna utilize this time that we are home. We've got a lot of free time right now, so let's do something productive. Let's get that cleaning system set up, so when life returns to normal in a little bit here, you're gonna have this all set and you're like, wow, my home runs so smoothly. Make it flexible enough to work for you and your family. So, all right, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'm gonna see you again tomorrow. Okay.